We're back. We're ready. We're going to a third map. Unexpectedly to some, but Boot have made it work. This man, George Hoskins, on my right, believes it's going to be Boot taking this. I love that. No, and me, I believe Chiefs are still going to pull it off, do the 2-1. We're on cobblestone now. And again, I can't see this being a quick game. I think this is going to be more like the train game, going all the way. I can't see it being a 16-9 or so.
Well, the key thing is that Chiefs, when we saw them go up against the Mongols, they actually struggled on their CT side. They took a pause, and the sorry, I'm just laughing because we see the chicken in the. I've never seen that camera angle. Lovely work from our observer, chicken. Anyway. No, the key things is with Chiefs, they were struggling on their CT side. They took their pause. We broke it down. All the analysis came in. And then ultimately they rushed beat. And that's kind of what turned it around for them. They were able to pick up that game 16-12. I just think Boot, they seem tactically ready for everything. Even on Chiefs pick, they took it all the distance. Okay, they lacked a little bit of T prep. On their map, they pretty much crushed Chiefs, if I'm honest with you. And going into this, the more neutral one, I just think having DSN there is going to see them through. And I always said they would need to win their maps respectively. They have done that. And it's just going to come down to individuality now, I think.
Knife rounds it is, and always a bit back and forth, a bit crazy over this. BOOT.dS will take it. I'm sure they'll opt to choose the CT side again. The all-important rounds are the pistol rounds, though.
It's a bit of a hard one. If you choose CT here, most people, there was a period of time where the T was favored.
Yeah, that was in that, like, the constant rush B abused dropper before anyone really figured it out, right?
Yeah, so Cobble pretty much went through the same thing Inferno's going through now. No one really knew how to figure it out. You had moments where CT was being locked down with 12-3 halves, and then suddenly the T half was heavily favored. Now it's become a bit more neutral. Everyone's figured it out. Everyone knows the little tricks. So we do see more balanced games. Yeah, something in my gut telling me Boot are going to come out flying on this one. And you're right, James. They do choose to start the CT side. And the key thing here is pick up the pistol round, don't get ecoed, and then get Moxie and Splash on those double AWPs. I think that'll be pretty much what they need to do here.
We are into the pistol round. What are Chiefs going to be able to do here? The team we always say are that slightly more tactical side of things. Rushing out here. Throughout middle, and Malta. He sees the boost. Just taps away with the Glock. Impression goes down, but Moxie and Tommy, on the other hand, they're trying to defend this bomb site. Splash is there as well, putting in the work. 2 versus 3. And Chiefs, while they may have started off strong, are now having to fall back. Pex ate a load of bullets in the back as Malta's cleared out the entire B site on his own. What an explosive pistol round. If this is anything to go by, this game is going to be phenomenal.
Yeah, Malta's actually, like you said, on the B bomb site, trying to lock it down. And the retake will come in from Boot.
Now, all the action that's happened, there's still a minute on the clock. Pex is now still unable to get the bomb down just yet. They're playing it smart. He's had to run the whole way back round. But it's in a 2v2. Malta, he managed to close it out here at the B bomb site for him, but Splash is right around that corner. They're ducking and diving. They're dodging. Splash does find the kill, but he's done a lot of damage. He's down on 4 health now. 1 kill comes in. Malta now up against Moxie. 30 seconds to play with here, and he has got the bomb. But is he really going to be able to plant it? Well, it's not necessary as Malta dominates Moxie's head. So back and forth there for a pistol round. And the whole rotate coming out of Chiefs there.
Well, it was a round that Boot should have won. 3-on-2. In actual fact, Tommy had some opportunities to kill. Pex jumping back through middle. Missed his chance, and then Malta obviously secured the B-bomb site, and then they just lost the trade. So, not all's lost. CT side is very difficult. Chiefs need to put up a big amount of terrorist rounds. We know how much they struggle on the T side. I think Boot won't have that same amount of problems, but for me, looks like the 4 grenades on the CT. I like the setup, actually. If they were to rush B, the grenades would be ready. And again, it's a bit more tactical, a bit more of a gamble, but I would like to see maybe a full eco, so we do secure that AWP for Splashy or Moxie.
Now weapons in the hands of Chiefs. UMPs, 1 Galil and 2 AK-47s. Chiefs don't want to risk anything here. Malta's found the first kill onto Splash. Chiefs just got to take it slow. Make sure they try to get the bomb down. Inflict the damage and lose as little as possible. Every round is going to count here. It may always do, but even more so now. This is a spot on the line here for the WCA Grand Finals that one of these two teams is going to claim. Whoever ends up winning this map here, the final map of the best of 3.
Well, the loser of this will go on to face the Mongols after a very tight victory over the Signature. I just think whoever loses this, if they play to this standard, I think it'll be very hard for the Mongols to win that game. Okay, the Mongols should have beat Chiefs, but the way they played today wasn't that convincing.
Now, do you know what the crazy thing about this is? Whoever loses out of these two teams has to play a game tomorrow and then go straight into the grand final to make the decision between whether you take $22,000 home or $11,000.
Very interesting. In some ways, I kind of favor the team who comes from that lower bracket because you're warmed up, you're ready, you've got a best of 3 behind you, but then on the other hand, you could be mentally drained. It all depends what kind of team you are, if I'm honest. Like some teams, they're better with the more CS they play, and other teams, they prefer just go fresh into something.
Now, nice little setup here from Moxie and Tommy. Got the crossfire. Molly comes out, but it's actually going to... Oh, it does start burning Moxie. I wasn't sure if it was going to spread to him. He was tucked away tightly in that corner, but it does work. But Chiefs, they're smarter here. They're not pushing in. How many times do we see the terrorists go on the hunt and actually get punished for it? As they meet a bunch of CTs across the board. There's Benkai. Was up close, does a nice bit of damage, but can't find the frag. Alistair up on 1 health here. Impressions finds 1, looks for the second. Shots coming out, tapping away, but Tux takes him down. Only Splash left alive now, 1v4. And Chiefs will look to take this 3-0 and... Okay, Splash. Testing out your mouse, maybe? Testing out the spins?
Lifting his mouse. Oh, see no one there, the other side. This first fire round's going to be key, though.
And that'll be it. Ends rips off his head. 3-0. Not as expected, because so many times it doesn't even happen like this. But it does end up working this way for Chiefs. They kept their distance. They played the smarter Counter-Strike. They didn't get rushed out. The stronger pistols didn't come in and put an end to their lives. And now we go into the buy round here.
Indeed we do. And Alistair, AWP T side of Cobble. Not a bad choice, but not one we see too often. Well, we do see it, but I just prefer, sometimes I prefer the 5 AKs. AWP at this stage, you don't really know how the enemy team's playing. Taking it into the first buy, sometimes I don't like that decision. I'd rather much figure out how the CTs are going to play before we decide to use it. But a nice drop control take from Chiefs. He's going to force the boot back. Actually, Malta's just going to jump through the window, I think.
I don't think he was spotted either. Benkai may have found the kill onto Tuck, but Malta snuck all the way around. Could really be a pain in their ass here. As he does find the first kill onto Impression, they won't be expecting that. Now Dropper has actually been left completely unguarded. Hex has come all the way around, takes down Moxie. Tommy unable to do anything. This is just maybe very split play here, but they've come around from every direction, really catching Boots off guard.
Very Fnatic-esque style. Just take that quick drop down control, no Molotov to stop them. And then you just try and split A as fast as possible through that. And it does cause confusion on the CT side. It's very difficult when a team gets that drop down control and that connect control to, you're basically cut in half because there's only one rotate point.
Tommy finds the first kill. He's grabbed himself the bomb as well. Alistair knows where he is now, but Benkai's dealt the damage onto Pex. Tech9 comes in. He's in a 1v2. He does have the bomb. He's only got 20 seconds to play with, and Benkai sprays it out, finds the kill. BOOT.dS claim the gun round, and that's an important one for them to pick up. They've also got the double AWP setup coming into play, and this is where it starts to get a little bit dangerous, because the double AWP setup this early on, Chiefs, they can't counter it.
No, and the way you work it, again, instantly another AWP bite from ins, and I just don't like this. I just don't like seeing it, because it's a lot of economy, and okay, you don't really know how the enemy team are playing right now. You've run one tactic, it hasn't quite worked out for you. Moxie getting caught off guard with that quick mid push.
Trading out in favor of Chiefs there. Damage across the board. Chiefs starting off very strong here, but they started off strong last time. It's all about how Malta's going to play it here. If he goes straight out for the poke onto Splash, pre-fires the angle, he might be able to get it. But Splash is there with an AWP. And that's interesting enough as it is, but he won't go for it just yet, as in AWP in hand. Rather than Alistair, which is quite surprising. Not the usual person we see with it.
Maybe what we saw from the Mongols earlier, he's gone, all right, mate, you get off. Let me have a crack.
Oh, Malta may have snuck round, but Splash was ready for him. Puts it into an even situation here. Peck's already low on health. He's done a lot of damage at middle. Splash completely aware of where he is. The flash doesn't get him either. And that's very nice control there by Splash. 3 big kills for him. Picks up a second round for Boot. And Chiefs, good flashes, good entry, but it didn't actually go in and touch the main man, Splash. And that was the guy you needed to stop there.
You've made the double kill on middle. Just get up A. Just stop fannying about. Just get straight up, because if I'm honest with you, Chiefs had it. It's their round to lose, and they're just overthinking these plays a little bit, allowing Boot Dreamscape to get back in these rounds. And obviously Tommy MP9 looking to stack that economy. Still only 1 AWP, but all Boot need to do is maybe take a bit more, be a bit more dynamic on CT, take some platform control late in the round. Na'Vi were very good at Cobble. We used to see that often. You see the pre-smokes. You can do one from CT spawn that lands T side of platform. You've got some nice pop flash options as well. So I prefer if you kind of hang outside of drop down. Normally the setup on CT side is you more kind of leave this area. You leave drop down control, and you pretty much play in like a triangle. You see SK do it, Cold Zero play some fountain, one up close like that. And eventually you do take the platform. So this whole setup here, it switches, and then you have one on platform. You can have one here controlling drop down, and then obviously one towards the site. And you play the connector, and you let them in this area. And that's like the best way, in my opinion, of playing CT. But you need a good understanding of how to do it, and you need good team play. And more often than not, teams are scared. Teams are quite frightened to let CTs, to let the Ts have control. And that's twice Benkai's been caught off by Malta. Okay, he does get the dink, but dangerous boost, especially when you hear the guy spamming.
Yeah, that's twice now as well. Maybe they'll learn their lesson from it. We'll have to wait and see. A Splash in a good position here. Oh, great read from Inns. Completely catches Splash off guard, and Splash stays aggressive, doesn't fall back, continues to push for it. He's been dropped down to 54 health. If he can pick up a kill here, that's going to be huge. Malta's low, but that grenade goes over him. Zins is able to continue to make his way forward ever so slowly. And he snuck in. Inns dropped down without being seen. Finds the kill onto Moxie. Splash does finally get the kill. But he didn't have a good enough hold there. He was playing too wide an angle as Tommy from up high looked to have the drop on Tux, but it wasn't enough. The kill's coming in, and Chiefs do have the advantage. A couple of players on low health. Splash back in action, though. Finds the kill onto Alistair. Looking for more. Takes a shot in the dark, and it's not going to be enough as Impression sprays out 2. Malta, the only man alive with 5 health, and Splash is waiting for him. The kill comes in. And even when it looks so good for Chiefs, Splash and Impression, they do it together.
Well, every clutch situation, they just seem to be coming out on top. They say 2 on 4. Splash, 10 frags, 3 deaths. He's leading the way, and he's impressed me a lot with the AWP. And I partly put that down to DSN coach, and he would have told him about how much of an impact AWPs can have. And obviously, combine that coaching with raw talent, it's always going to be come up trumps.
Now Boot. They've got an advantage. They've got a lead. They're up 4. It's back on pistols here for Chiefs. Don't lose it now. A splash again. Splash is loving Cobblestone. As he finds another frag there. Tux has opened up with a deagle onto Tommy. Pex! How is he able to get all the way around there with no one? No one looking for him. No one dealing any damage to him. He just runs around completely fine. Now puts himself in another good position here. Is this the way Chiefs come into it? They've got 2 M4s in their hands. Impression. Coming up high. Gets dinked down as well. Impression and Benkai. 10 health between them. 1 nade. If the T's did have it, would be catastrophic for him. The splash. Still up on 47 though. Do I fancy his chances clutching this? No. And neither do they, as they start to fall back to the B bomb site. And if I was Chiefs now, I'd send the pistols hunting.
Yeah, they definitely should as well, because if you look at the economy, 1.6, 2.7, 3.2 on splash respectively. So with these rifles saved, they would be able to afford enough to buy into the next round, and that could be dangerous for Chiefs. But we say these games are won and lost on force buy, and pretty much if you look through any tier of CS, that seems to be the case in CSGO, honestly. The force buys coming in, they're so easily won these days, and they often dictate the games. And that you see how important those saves were. 2.5 on Tommy, 1.9 on Moxie. But because the saves came in, they were able to trade out the drops for each other. And that's well thought out. And again, probably a call from the coach. 4-4. Look at the economy of Chiefs. They need to win this round.
Chiefs, weapons in their hands, no AWP, but the save of the M4's come through and the round win they had is strong. Boot have to be careful. They're on the CT side and splash. Can't be making mistakes like that. I don't actually know what he was trying to do there.
Pop flash himself in for an AWP put by the looks of it, but that's not the traditional way to do it. Surely Impression or someone should have done it for him.
He's trying to do everything as one man. He's like, I can do it, guys. I got this. But it didn't work out this time around for him.
That's actually the problem. When you've got explosive AWPers, they can often win or lose you games with players like that.
Pex found Moxie, but Impression sees ins. Still trying to push further forward on that smoke. He's picked up his teammate's AWP as well. He's going to go play from Chicken Coop. We actually haven't seen anyone play from Chicken Coop just yet, so he might get a little bit of a sneak attack onto Chiefs if they do decide to push further forward onto B. They've only got 1 flash, 2 smokes, and a molly to play with, though. And that's the only thing that's not going well for them here. Nice use of the mollies. Malta's going to go get dropper control. Peck still working his way up towards A. Playing it sneaky. Nice pick there. Takes down Tommy. Tommy didn't even have a chance to react there. 2v4 now. Impression, Benkai, the only guys left alive. Alistair playing it smart, coming all the way over to the A bomb site. Well, Tux still providing a bit of damage, but no kills. And actually, this isn't an unwinnable situation for Boot here. The bomb will go down. Peck's in a good spot. But he's got to be careful because Benkai's already come sweeping round. They've got to be ready for this. Impression up high with the AWP, finds the first kill. He jumps straight to his death though as Pex is there. They also know where Benkai is now. Well, they've both been tagged down, but Benkai with the slight advantage. No utility for the guys to work with on either end. They're dancing around here, and it's going to be all over for Benkai as he claims the kill.
And that's the problem. 2 on 4 again. That's 2 of them in the space of 3 rounds. I just don't know what Chiefs are doing. They had all the picks. Pax made the opening onto Tommy, and then they just randomly, one guy's just out on the speedway of B. There's no need for it. The lurk roll. Just get out of there, mate. Get and help your teammate. And here we see Moxie, P90. Not really a good choice. Really, economically, really, to be honest. It doesn't... Yeah.
Well, Benkai was one of the top players for them on the previous game. He's looking to continue that here. And Moxie, even with a P90 coming into play. Not a gun we see too often these days in Counter-Strike. But he makes it work. He gets the first kill up on the board. And they've got to be smart with their economy here, because they are on the CT side. They did just come off the back of a loss. They've turned it back around. And getting that first frag is all important. I said this map was going to be back and forth. It's certainly proving to be exactly that. As BOOT do decide that they are going to try and favor more towards the B bomb site currently, but Alistair takes down Splash, and that's a huge pick for him.
The thing is, the P90 only rewards that 300, and it's not even like you're stacking economy with it, because obviously SMG's the favored one, $600, so... But we've seen that a few times when we were casting the Chinese league as well, didn't we?
Tommy didn't expect Alistair to be that close. Smoke goes up as well, and that's going to tell him to get into the A bomb site. The CTs here might just look to save it because they've got no utility. They've just got M4s. Benkai's got a defuse kit. But if you do it in the sense of odds, BOOT have actually done well in all these 2v4 situations. They've won it so far.
Smart choice, just to save the double M4s. Okay, we've won a few of them in the past, but look at our economy. It's not looking too swell. But you said at the start of the game you think this is going all the way, the distance, going to be a close affair. I'm inclined to agree with you. 5-5, game poised. Be a good one. But Chiefs, this is important because they need their terror side to be good, because they lack normally.
Well, only one weapon saved there. It was an M4, but the economy of BOOT is down. It's dwindling. Benkai and Splash, you've got 3.2. How do they want to play it, though? Maybe leave impression at A. The rest of you stack up on the B bomb site, play it a little bit aggressive, change it up a bit here.
I would just take that full, like you say, use that M4 one bomb site. The rest of you stack it up. Looks like they're not going to have any of that, though. I think we've seen them come in, so... Again, a good gamble. Finally, Benkai gets up there. He's been killed every time by Malta. I wonder if he gets the trade this time. He does. And the thing is, Malta even knew he was there.
He had the peek on him. He knew where to shoot through. This is where it's going to be a little bit more difficult for BOOT, because Chiefs already starting to realize no one's actually at the A bomb site. They're all going to be coming from B. We're in a good spot here. We can force them out. They've still got a couple of mollies to work with. There's one thrown. Tuck still has his in. Will they throw that second one down? Will Tuck use it?
Good choice for me here would be just to save those rifles, try and get some exit frags. You can see already on the minimap, Benkai just walking all the way back to Chicken Coop. So they don't want to risk this yet. 9-6 CT half, that would be perfect for BOOT. Get the pistol, you're halfway there. Well, if you don't get full spot.
Pex finds Tommy, but the guns are still going to be saved. And Moxie, you did actually see some. I'm sure he saw him then. Didn't want to go for it any further, though. 5-6 now. Chiefs do have a lead. Can they hold on to it, though? That is the question. BOOT should be able to buy here, but how deep do they go?
Interestingly enough, they're not. They're just going to keep those rifles.
Deagle playing for the double save.
Yeah, I think it's because they want to get that double AWP rolling, at least try and get the 8-7, and they must be confident in their T side. Like I say, terror side of Cobble it's fairly open, it's fairly neutral. This map, we've seen it go both ways throughout the time, but more often than not, it's harder to lock down CT than it is to get terrorist rounds.
Now this time round, they've stacked it, like I said on the previous round, one towards A, but it's only Moxie with a Deagle. Everything else is towards B. If this rush comes in, Chiefs, they need to be ready, they need to be prepared. You need to actually spend some utility on it. I'm sure Chiefs would probably think they would have bought into it as well. Well, unaware as it stands. Mollies go out, and he's checking for all the obvious spots, but Tommy is able to stay where he is for now. Flash comes out, he manages to dodge it, he's in a good spot. Another flash comes out. How many of these can he avoid? A Splash gets taken down. Ins finds the frag. Can he find a second here, Tommy? Putting in work, putting in damage, but he runs out of bullets as Tuck shuts him down. Impression. Finds a kill. Can he find any more? The rifles are still up for the CT side as Pex finds one, tucks onto Moxie, and that's going to be it. 7-5 now as Chiefs remain dominant, remain confident, and now start to build their bank up.
You saw again a nice execution from Chiefs. They use that one versus Mongols, that very slow B take. The smokes come down in a line across the bomb, and it kind of cuts off anyone holding from drop down or rock area. So smart play, and just as we said, double AWP. They wanted it, and they've got it. But if you lose this round, you've invested an awful lot of dollar. Skrilla, all gone.
Yeah, it's a serious investment here from Boot. It has to pay off, otherwise they're back on these eco situations.
Exactly, and you can't afford, because if that happens, more than likely would see a 10-5 in favor of Chiefs. I say you get more T rounds. Prime example, when Big played Cloud9, they went down on the CT side, and they all brought it all the way back on the terror side. So cautious start from Chiefs in this round, very slow.
They're not risking anything here. Malta's looking to see if anyone's going to do that boost once again.
That's actually been a... If you look back at this game, probably at a heat map, this would be one of the most contested areas. Malta's won their duel versus Benkai an awful lot of times. It's opening up the CT setup, the CT defensive boot.
No, I like that from Benkai. Drops the smoke down. Spray coming towards the usual positions where he might be hiding. Tommy in a good spot though, finds the first frag. Looks for the second, but he can't make it happen as Ins and Tux dominated. Impressions there, backing up from afar, looking through the smoke, but he can't see anyone just yet. Nice work from Ins, finds just a close angle. And we're currently in the lead here for the T side. The bomb will go down. Malta pushes close, takes down Splash. The AWP taken out here. Only Benkai left. He knows exactly where Alistair is, but what about the rest of them? He's checking his behind. He doesn't want to get stabbed in the back. And that could be something that literally happens if he's not careful. As he does poke out with the M4, but he's unable to take any kills just yet. He finally gets one onto Malta, but there's still two more he's got to find, and he's going to push back. Surely. No, is he... Why did he go for it?
And you can see, look at the economy. 3.2, 2.9, 3.2 again. That's the problem. You invest in double AWPs, you're not going to be able to rebuy this late in the half. It's going to break you economically, and they lost that round fairly convincingly. There's only, if you look here, obviously only 2 survived. Just not good. None survived on Boot.
He really should have saved up then, because their money is so destroyed. We're on round 14. Chiefs currently leading by 3. They're all stacked in the same spot as they go to rush out. The spray comes in. Tux is there. He's only able to get one, and Pex actually doesn't hit anyone. Could they make this work? One for Malta. He's got to check behind him, though. Alistair's getting pushed up as well. Nice work from Malta. Picks up a second. Only Moxie left, and, well, it did look a little bit bleak for him. But Moxie, all alone, tries to go the long-range deagle. I don't really fancy that against the AWP of Alistair.
It's not the first time we've seen Pex with the questionable play. We saw it yesterday on Overpass.
Is that panic spray, right?
Yeah, maybe get on those spray maps.
Practice that recoil control.
Indeed. Of course, CSGO spray being a little bit random at times. But 9-5 Chiefs, they just seem to have taken control of this game. Boot, they started to come back in the half. They did really well with it as well, to be honest. But at 9-5 T rounds for Chiefs, that's exactly what they needed to achieve, because their terrorist side, like we saw on Train, was pretty questionable. And I think at this point, it's going to be very difficult. If Boot don't pick up the pistol going into the next half, Chiefs could look to wrap it up fairly quickly.
Nice early start there from Moxie, though. Alistair went very aggressive. Didn't expect to see Moxie with an AWP that close range. Now, can they hold on to this advantage? Can they maintain it? As Malta says no. Deals away with Splashy. He doesn't have the AWP this time. Benkai trying to come all the way around him, though. As Tux finds one onto Impression. Benkai's in there looking for someone to cross over. Tux and Pex, the men waiting. They're trying to check it all out. No uses of flashes yet, though, and Well, Tux will pay the price for it because Benkai gets basically a free kill as Malta ends Tommy's life. And now Benkai knows he's stuck in between that door and a rock in a very hard place as Malta finds the kill. Only Moxie left alive. And he's coming from behind. Now, this is probably the best decision that Moxie could make. Maybe that slow and steady push. Checks chicken coop. Looks to see if anyone's been making a mistake out there. Pex, Malta in very nice positions. He spots out one, takes the shot, but no one's there. Molly's going to go over. He's going to keep Malta at bay, but it's not going to deal with Pex. The Flames do start to burn him, and that's going to be it for the first half as Chiefs take it 10-5. Moxie unable to clutch that round now. And that's a very strong T half there from the Australian side.
Oh, Cobble, like we say, known in the past to be quite T-sided, but for Chiefs specifically, they needed to get rolling on their terror side because obviously we saw on train, like I said just a second ago, they weren't that convincing. So that's the best possible start. Now, Boot, all they need to do, pick up the pistol round, obviously win the next 2 ecos. That would obviously take us to 10-8. And then you want to try and win that first buy with as little invested as possible, and then you can start to roll back in.
Imagine what the scoreline would be if them 2v4 clutches didn't come into play. We'd be looking at a 12-3.
Yeah. The key difference is just they should have picked up the pistol round, they didn't, and that's key for Boot because Boot Dreamscape, they'd have to pick up the pistol, get the economy rolling, and then unleash Splash and Moxie with those double AWPs. And if they get them early enough in the half and win a few buy rounds, that's when they become dominant. We saw it, for example, we saw it going into Cash, and it worked out really well for them. But when you base your game around that, if you start to go behind, it's going to get very difficult very fast.
Nice positioning from Tux, but he only gets one as Benkai turns around and blaps him in the face. As Pex is there ready and waiting as well for the crossfire to come out. And CTs have already made their way over. Alistair and Malta finding kills, but Alistair can't find the second 2v3. And Boot, they now need to go get this bomb down. Got to check every single corner here, though, Impression. Benkai's in a nice spot by the flower pots on a ramp. He sees one. Nice easy kill onto Inns. Can he make a second here? But they know exactly where he is, and that's how it's done. Play your positional advantage, play the clutch positions, and make it happen again as BOOT.dS pick up the pistol round. And Chiefs falter a little bit, but they've still got a few rounds to play with.
And that's exactly what they needed. Pick up that pistol round. Okay, 2 Galils. Not sure I'm a fan, but Moxie with that UMP looking to stack that economy further. And now we just need to make this clean and easy. And actually, if you look at Chiefs, they haven't invested in this round at all. So, okay, 1 CZ and 1 PT50, but the rest full eco. And that might indicate the double full eco, which also then could allude to the fact that we could be looking at double AWP. Very similar kind of side from Boot. But that's exactly what BOOT.dS needed. They needed that pistol round, made it clean, get this round clean, and then we're back. We've got a game on our hands.
This is certainly going to be a close game if Boot can comfortably pick up the next couple of rounds. Shots firing back and forth already. Tommy down on 42 though, so damage has been done. Inns looking to play the sniper pistol play with that USP. More damage being done. He finds the kill. Moxie won't go down without a fight. Tux does finally finish him off, and it's very back and forth here. The bomb will go down. Tux and Alistair, the only guys left alive, and okay, Tux. We're playing the UFO. The spin bot. Spin bot Rooney.
Just taking a breather.
Is that the confidence of just, well, it doesn't really matter if we lose this round, we've got this whole game? Or is it, I give up, I have no idea what I'm doing?
He's probably just shouting his teammates on TeamSpeak. And just or Discord, whichever their preferred usage is in Australia. And I used to do it all the time. You just look at a wall and just go like, what the hell are you doing? how we're going to get back into this. And again, not anything really invested, just 2 investments, Tux and Malta, and some grenades there as well. So
Inns again, spamming up the USP, gets the grenade kill in there. Moxie pushing up, Tux jumping at the wrong time, but Pex finds another kill. And damage is being done here with the pistols. That's what you've got to give it to him. Alistair taps on the head of Splash. All it takes for him to poke out one more time as Moxie shuts him down from behind. 10-8. Boots pick up all the rounds. Chiefs now got the money, got the buy rounds, got to make it work. Got to find the way in. Got to find the potential here to put the pressure back onto Boot. Don't let them get any confidence off that little few rounds they've been able to grab. Especially now Alistair does also have the AWP.
I just like the fact that they took basically 2 full ecos, and that's enabled them to go into this really confident, full AWP buy with Molotovs. And Boot, they're looking to pinch hard now.
Wow, the spray coming out from Malta. He somehow doesn't manage to grab a kill, but he does a hell of a lot of damage. He does go down, impression onto Pex. Last few bullets tapping away. Inns is there backing it up, but he's got to hold back. He's got to get some backup from his teammates. He needs some help. There's Tux coming all the way around. Is Benkai going to look for this? No, he doesn't, as he loses his life early on. The flash is going to go over the top. Tux, are you ready for this, though? As they're up on the platform, Moxie sneaking round. This is going to be huge. Moxie finds 1, finds 2 through the door. Beautiful play from him. Comes all the way around, takes the AWP. Oh, takes the AWP and then swaps it back for an AK, huh? Did he say it to his teammates like, I got the AWP? They're like, no!
That double drop, that's unlucky, but Boot Dreamscape, I said exactly what they needed to do. Win that pistol, 2 clean ecos, then an impact round. You need something to get back in the game, and the B rush proving dividends. They nice flashes over the top, and the kicker here is Chiefs double ecoed for that investment. They had full investment, AWP, Molotovs, everything, and now they're back on an eco, and that's the problem. We're going to see 10-10. Potentially.
I was just about to say that as Malta gets a headshot onto Moxie. He's going to be boosted up into this as well. And, well, actually, you know, just grabs the weapon, falls back. Smart play. Keeps it sensible. We said Cobble was going to be close. We said before this game it was going to be a bloodbath. And that's exactly what it is. This is how it's going down. As Chiefs are on the pistol round. Malta's grabbed himself an AK. Boot finally might hit this A-bomb site again, because there's been a lot of B pushes so far.
Key thing here is if they do go 10-10, I think the game will be poised for that next buy round. Chiefs need to look to try and get into it, because they even TK'd in that round, and it still was fairly convincing. So
Alistair coming out at the right time, finds himself a frag. And you may have jinxed it here, George, as it looks like Chiefs are going to try pick it up. Malta putting in even more damage. Can Splash take a 3v2? Alistair tapping away there. I'm wondering if he's just trying to cause a bit of distraction. Smoke going over. Going to get the bomb plant in as well. And are they going to move round? Or are they going to boost them? They're undecided on what they want to actually do here as Tux fires off 1 bullet with the Deagle. Tagged him up, but is it going to be enough here as they're playing the waiting game? Splash finds 1. 2 more needed to close out this round. He's dancing through the smoke with Alistair and Tux. Tux goes down and nicely done. Great spray control.
never in doubt. Never in doubt.
Your face says otherwise. No one can see your face, George, but your face says otherwise. You were on the edge of your seat worried about that.
Well, the thing is that every time it should be an easy round for either team respectively. They just make it so difficult. The force buys, look at Train. Chiefs winning 2 force buys to win them the game. It's just, people need to be, every team that we've watched so far seems to go in their shell a little bit on these kind of anti-ecos. Needs to be careful, and instantly Tommy finding Tux and Boots, they're just not slowing down. It's just fast-paced play, impact rounds.
Yeah, they got that first frag. They're pushed all the way around. They're already in the bomb site. The bomb will go down not very long till it actually happens. Inns and Pex have found kills, and well, Moxie again. He's coming for the backstab with an AK in his hand. Even situation, but the bomb is down, and nice work from Alistair. Comes through, deals the damage onto Moxie. But there's still 2 more terrorists to find them. Boots have the bomb down. Nice work from Pex there as he does end this. And they do finally clutch out around here. The Chiefs have been lacking throughout here. Alistair goes back, picks his AWP up. They will save that through.
So they did win that with 2 alive, though.
Yeah, 2 alive, which is better than going down to that 1v1. They've still not going to have too much money to work with. Well, it's actually pretty respectable.
And the 3 rebuys will have to come in. So this is where Boot could, if they win this round, it would be pretty much guaranteed a force buy at least on the CT side. So, maybe I'd just like to see Boot slow it down a little bit. We've had some impact plays, it's worked out. But as I say that, what do we get? Those smokes over the top, and Tommy instantly straight back into the B-bomb site.
Tommy goes out very aggressive, but he can't get the first kill. Does a bit of damage, but it's not enough. Malta is actually in a ludicrously good position. He finds all 3 frags. That is mental. Only Moxie left now in a 5v1. He's going to look straight towards Malta and Chicken Coop, but he can't just get the kill just yet. Finally does it. It might be all a little bit too late. The flash comes out. Alistair boosted up high. Moxie can just keep avoiding bullets. This might actually be an okay situation for him. Tux gets it down, but that is why you have to check Chicken Coop.
I'm just... Boot. They had a full buy going against another full buy. You know that you had the potential to basically reset either side. And then obviously you want to go with that fast-paced play. It's worked out twice. You should have actually won that previous round on A, but then clutches come in and Malta that round, 3K, 23 frags, 15 deaths. He's leading the way for Chiefs. And Boot, you can't help but feel that if they just took their time a little bit and rethought this, then potentially they could be closing it out. But fair play to Chiefs. Malta coming up big when he needs to.
Yeah, Malta making it work, and his score exactly proves that. 23 for 15 now. Alistair again, he's been shut down when he's had that AWP in his hand. He's trailing behind a little bit here. What does it take here for Boot to come back into this and push out all the way now? Is it just damaging and knocking the economy of Chiefs? Is that their only way in?
Pretty much. They had the chance. If they won that round, it would have been pretty much the reset again. Force buy coming in for Chiefs, and you would have seen 12-10 the other side. 12-11 at least. But they just need to take a step back. Take it a bit slower and just work the drop down. We haven't seen anything. We've seen these set tactics, and they're great. They work out, but at some point you need to just trust your default and work the picks and make the CTs over-rotate.
Let's see if they can make it happen as Boot now. P250s across the board. One flash there, looking to do a fast-paced rush onto this A bomb site. Tommy leading the charge. As Tux, he can hear what's going on, but is he ready for it? He finds the first frag, gets the second, sprays in the third. This is beautiful. This is more like it. Tux making it happen. Does finally get shut down. But Alistair gets the first one with an AWP. Looks for the next kill. He knows exactly where Tommy is and ins. Deals the damage, finishes him off. 13-10 now. No bomb plant achieved for Boot, but they still have enough money to buy with.
Well, finally, they should buy. Yeah, they will buy. Splash AWP. Should be a bit of a slower pace play now. And this is where this round, basically, pretty much defines the game. If Chiefs win it pretty convincingly, Boot will be in all sorts of trouble. That would be 14-10. And Alistair, even though he's missing shots, he still seems confident dropping down into that matrix area. Wanting to try and find that opening frag. I say matrix. People call it all sorts. Danger. Always been confused.
Nice angle here from Alistair, though. If he hits this shot, that could potentially be game-ending here. He takes the shot, but his teammate's backing him up. Insto does lots of damage. Can't find the kills. Tuck straight on the rotate round. Finds both of them, and that's how you hold. That's how you reply. That's how you win rounds. That's how you win games of Counter-Strike. That's how you make it to the WCA Grand Finals. If Chiefs can continue this up. Only 3 rounds needed for them.
Good little gamble there by Chiefs, to be honest. That nice 3-man stack towards Ali. And potentially it allowed Boot. They could have just walked straight over middle, but obviously we can see the game, they can't. And it's so far so good, worked out in their favor.
Well, Splash takes down Malta. Gonna open up this B bomb site. As Splash decides to run further in, but Pex is all over him as he misses the AWP shot. 2v3 now, and Pex seen by the side of Benkai. Benkai's gonna go for the plant. Not much utility, none utility at all here other than one flash up on Pex. They can't even throw the incendiary to get him out of position. The flash is gonna go over. Benkai down on 6 health. Alistair waiting for him to poke out and make a mistake. Moxie needs to back his teammate up a bit here. Benkai goes down. Pex deals with Moxie, and that's going to be it as we hit 14-10 now. The economy isn't going to be terrible for Boot. They did get the plant in. But Chiefs, on the other hand, they're going to be looking pretty damn solid going into the round that could potentially be match point for them here.
So they have lost 4 in a row, so they will be able to buy at this point. Obviously, the round bonus, round loss bonus, ramping up each time. Oh, I do like that. Tux sticking the knife in the back of Alistair. Nice right click. That's 39 HP instantly, and that's not something you want to have going up against Tech9s.
Why do we see this happen so much?
I just think
It's getting silly now.
If I'm honest, players are just idiots sometimes. Like, there's nothing really to say about it. You just
Stop being flashy with your very expensive knives. Start playing the game properly and winning rounds. Stop stabbing your teammates. The Rules to Life by James Banks in CSGO.
That's why I've always had a default knife, because I just don't want to look at it.
Don't want to be tempted to spin it around and throw a stab out.
But no, all jokes aside, that could be a huge blunder if they lose this round.
Yeah, especially Alistair now only takes a couple of shots from a Tech9. He's going down. Now Pex waiting for the dropper. They're all up in there. Ins crouch spraying out 2 of them, but Splash does finally take him down. Is it going to be enough? Those Malta back in chicken coop. Tapping away, bullet by bullet. Oh, and the spray from Pex once again. Not ideal, but he deals away with the bomber. And Malta, Pex, and Tux, they hold it down. They lock it down. They bring it to match point. And Boot didn't get the bomb plant down again, but they do just about have enough money. The round loss bonus coming into play.
Oh, respect for Boot to actually taking those Tech9s and trying to force this to overtime. They need 5 in a row. It's doable. They had control at points in this half. They were 10-10. And then they had a chance. They did a fast buy round. It didn't work out. They lost the clutch situation. Another fast buy round followed. And then that was 12-10. And then from there, they've just looked a little bit out of control of the game. And Chiefs, fair play to them. Alistair, despite being knifed in the back last round, he did go down. But obviously the economy now, he was able to someone pick it up or rebuy.
Nice early start from Alistair, though. Takes away Splash. The AWP rendered useless early on. And this is the all-important round here for Boot. Benkai goes to pick it up. But is he making the right decision? Can he challenge Alistair? Admittedly, Alistair hasn't been playing on top of his game this map, which is a bit strange here for an AWP on Cobblestone.
Yeah, especially because it's such a vast, wide-open map. Usually the AWP dictates the play on A. Often more than often not, play solo. For example, Fallen, SK, he's been known to do it. The caliber of CS from these two has been the highest of today, I would say. Mongols were struggling against Signature, and whoever loses, I still think they will have enough in the tank.
Now it looks like Boot might try to push onto the B bomb site once again. Potentially their final hurdle here, which actually could be good considering there's 3 of the Chiefs currently stacked towards A. Malta, up close and personal, couldn't do anything though, same as Pex. They both get completely shut down and taken out of it. Smokes go in, the bomb plant will take place. And this could be it for Boot. They could make it happen. They could bring it to another round here. It may be match point, but they might have made it happen.
Smart choice from Chiefs, just to save. And that's the first out of the 5 you needed. So, 1 down, 4 to go. again, Boot, if they'd just done this a bit earlier, like nice, smart execution, you could say that Malta kind of threw that round. He did have 3 in front of him and completely whiffed his shots, but it doesn't matter. Whether he missed or whether the tactic executed was perfect, Boot still picked the round. And this is just where you're DSN. You just need to motivate your team. You need to pick them up. If you win again, the key thing actually here is the fact that they were able to save 3 weapons. If Chiefs had fully gone down and had to do a full rebuy into the round, then potentially if they had lost that, it would have been reset, and we could have seen the game pretty much going to overtime at that point. But instead, they saved the weapons, another full buy. So Boot are going to have to find it within themselves to open up this round again.
Chiefs do have the money. They do have the potential. It's been going their way so far. Can they close it out here? Or will Boot be able to take this all the way? And it's going to come down to the economy situation again. Chiefs really need this round.
Do indeed, and just nice. I like the control they're showing now, Boot. They obviously have the defaults. That's it. The smoke goes over the top. That means no one can get picked off Ali from the ult. That immediately immobilizes one angle, forces the rotation back over. But is it a ruse? We see the bomb, and we see Moxie over towards the B halls. Maybe they were thinking about going drop, but no. Splash, knife in hand, walking back to regroup.
I like the setup here on B, but currently Boot are favouring this A-bomb. It's like they're looking to push up on into it. A bit more of a defensive style here from Chiefs. And this could work perfectly considering how Boot are looking to drop their smokes and flashes onto this bomb site. Actually blinding them out a little bit as well. Chief with the counter flashes, the molly down as well. Forces them to use the smoke there. And there's another one they're waiting for him as Tux finds the first kill onto Tommy. Can he make a second? The CTs are making their way over. Benkai, he's going all the way around. He's wrapping it as Tux finds a second one. Alistair as well. Peck's in there. And that is it. 5 members left alive for Chiefs. 16-11. And Chiefs, they're guaranteed a spot at the WCA 2017 Grand Finals. And they're guaranteed a shot at either $22,000 or $11,000. They have made it all the way. And now we will see Mongols take on Boot in the lower bracket final before heading into the ultimate grand final here. Congratulations, Chiefs. Congratulations, Australia. I said number 1 was all they were aiming for, and now they've got their shot at it.
A fair play to Chiefs. I mean, Boot were in control of that game going into the second half. They win the pistol. They win the first buy, 10-10. They try another fast play. They lose the clutch on A. Okay, that's fine. 11-10, and then they do it again. 12-10, and at that point, it just kind of slipped out. The pause came in. Good pause, but ultimately they just left too much to do. But as I said, it would be close. Each team would win their map respectively. It wasn't the 2-0. It was the 2-1. Boot were in that game from start to finish, in my opinion. Tomorrow, if what I think it will come down to is right, it will probably be, obviously it's Boot versus Mongols. You know, there's not an oracle to predict that, but I think it will come down to Train. Yep. And if Train's left in the pool, whoever wins that will pretty much go on to win that series again, 2-1. Because obviously we saw the Mongols beat Chiefs on Train. And Boot were actually fairly convincing on it as well. So from what we saw today...
Could be the rerun, right? Could come, they go all the way, drop down, come back up and try face and fight another day.
My problem with Mongols is they start very slow. It takes a while for Machine Gun to figure out, does he want to AWP? Is Zilk on point? And I think at the moment, Boot, they're just... You have to go with them. I mean, they've qualified for Malmo. We mentioned it for the 100th time. Yeah. But still, they beat Tyloo. Tyloo have beat Tier 1 teams, right? They're looking impressive against Chiefs. Okay, Mongols had this game where the best 3 where they were close with Chiefs, but they struggled today with Signature. Yep. And Boot dominated Signature from start to finish. So, and if the maps come down to something similar like a Mirage or Train, then I see Boot being in that grand final. And we're going to see an excellent lower final. But if it's Chiefs versus Boot again, it's going to be impressive.
Well, it could go down to that. Come back tomorrow, guys. We think it's going to be around 11 or 12 CEST. We'll wait for the information to come down from WCA. But congratulations to Chiefs for making it all the way through. We hope you've enjoyed the commentary throughout the day. Tomorrow is going to be 2 more best of 3s here live on the Unicorn channel. We've got the giveaway of the coins. All you got to do is type Free Robin, F-R-E-E-R-O-B-I-N, in chat. I have to think about that for a second. free Robin in chat. You can get 1,000 unicorns. Robin's a good friend of ours, and he needs freeing. So whoever wins this, type that in chat. Unicorns, just put it in there. You guys will win 1,000 unicorns to bet